Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew. Today we're checking out Ride 4 on Xbox Series S. So, this is the first time I've loaded it up. You're seeing exactly what I'm seeing right now. I did get through the opening thing or whatever, and then I started recording this. I haven't tried anything yet. We are looking at this together. So, we are going to go to a race. We're going to go to a time trial. As you can see, like right now, okay, I'm playing this on a 1440p monitor on my Xbox Series S. So what I can tell you right now is image quality. Dang, that looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie. That looks pretty decent. That looks pretty good. So, Suzuka Circuit. I know Suzuka Circuit. Pretty good for the most part in a car. Let's see how we can do on a bike, on a bicicleta. No, this is not a bicicleta. Bicicleta is a pedal bike. So, yeah, let's go ahead and check this out. So, what I can tell you right now is, visual-wise, for the most part, it's holding up pretty decently. I never really thought this game was like a super stunner when it comes to like track detail and everything, but it is definitely a hoot to play for sure. We're going to start slowing down right here because we're on a bike. All right, so we are on the Suzuki GSR. This is a pretty good bike. I like it. It's got some speed and everything, but as you can see, like frame rate rise, yeah, we're holding up pretty good at 60 frames per second on Series S already. I can tell you that. Yeah, this puppy looks good. It looks just as good as it does on the Series X, detail wise, pretty much. You can still see that they have yet to give us any grass. We definitely got a green texture for that. This here is the first game that Milestone actually upgraded for the next gen consoles. So basically, essentially, is what we got out of that was a little bit higher resolution and yeah, 60 frames a second was their main push for this apparently. So everything else that's come out since, MotoGP 21, MXGP 2020, 2019, or 2021, everything else has been holding up really, really good. So is what we're going to do is, now that we've checked this out a little bit in third person, now we're going to go to the first person dynamic cam. Let's see. Is this the one I want? I don't know. Like, I'm not seeing any, like, actual movement. Oh, okay. So we're already off to a crashing start in this. Okay. I think this is the one we wanted, was the helmet cam. All right, there we go. That's the tuck button. Now, I did a video on rims racing earlier because somebody was asking me about, Ride 4 and stuff too. But when it comes to first person cam on these games, oh wow, that was getting away from me. When it comes to the first person cam on these games, like it's hit or miss to tell you the truth. I think rims racing's doing the helmet cam and stuff a little bit better. This game here basically looks like it was built for last gen, and then like as it's like first person cam on this actually feels pretty decent. Like it feels pretty easy to control more than rims racing. Rims racing feels a little bit more a little bit harder, but it's kind of more dynamic. Like this one here is all right, but that one there you can control all the movement on the other stick, so it's pretty good. So basically is what we're looking at is solid 60 frames per second, decent resolution. Resolution is at least keeping in line with what I'm playing on this 1440p monitor. Oh gosh, yeah, if you hit those strips, dude, you're pretty much done. In terms of this versus rims racing, I do think rims racing is probably a better looking game. but this one here definitely feels a lot more user friendly in terms of racing and driving and stuff like that. Milestone does a dang good job, man. I love these games. I love the way they put them together. When this first came out, guys, like I was happy. So I was really happy with this game. And to be completely honest with you, playing on Xbox Series S right now, this looks and feels pretty good. I'm pretty okay with this. I wish there was more of a artistic style to the course for sure, but this looks pretty. These courses on this game look pretty plain Jane, but there are a lot of tracks on Ride 4, so you get an extremely good amount of variety when it comes to where you want to race, what you want to do. As far as career mode and everything like that goes, I don't really put too much time and effort into playing the career modes on these games, but this one here, like I said, man, if you watched my video on Ride or Rims earlier, you could see that I was clearly messing up a lot, whereas this one here just feels so much more. This one feels a lot easier to like control your bike, to tell you the truth. Like, I was messing up a lot on that. There was a lot more turns in that track as well, though. But this one here, like, if you like hit the brakes while you're turning and stuff, you don't fly off the bike like you do on that one. This one here has got, I feel like this one here is a lot better for learning, for figuring it out. It's definitely easier. This one's definitely a lot easier than playing, say, MotoGP 2021. Because that one feels really like a lot more realistic. We'll be checking that one out on the channel too. So we're definitely doing our bike games, all of our fun stuff. These are the games that I like to play. These are the kind of games that I like to hang out and have fun with and learn how to race and drive. This one here has a full day-night cycle, so you could be driving and it'll be nighttime. Everything, like, this game is fun. This game is fun to learn. Definitely, if you are wanting to learn how to control bikes on a game and how to play them really good, heck yeah, pick this one up. You can usually get it on sale. I believe it's on sale right now, actually. I would highly recommend picking up the deluxe package on this game, because you get a lot of tracks and a lot of bikes, so you have a wide variety of stuff that you can drive just by picking that up, and it should be cheap enough right now to where it shouldn't really break the bank. This is definitely a good one to learn how to ride bikes, how to keep a line, stuff like that. Like I said, Rims Racing is a little bit different, but yeah, for the most part. Let's see, let me go back to let's go back to this mode, because everybody likes to see their bike when they're driving. Me personally, I like the other cam because it's more immersive for me. You can kind of use your braking points with the rubber sections that are on this game. Like, they're pretty accurate for the most part. So yeah, you can, if you want to, like, start hitting your brakes right when you see rubber, you can do that on this game pretty well. Like, those are pretty accurate. I would rather use those as opposed to the little green red track, where you should be, blah blah blah, because I don't like those. I think those are way much of a crutch. And if you look at the rubbering lines, like, that's kind of realistic in like racing too. So it really all just falls down to learning these tracks, learning how to drive. Like, this game does have its moments where it looks really, really beautiful, but most of the time the tracks it's just a plain, like, the tracks look pretty plain. I was really hoping that the next gen version was going to give us some, like, really, really, like, cool looking like trackside detail and stuff, but this game here is literally the end of an era and the beginning of a new one. So basically what you're getting with this is the 60 FPS, the higher resolution, because you are getting, like, this looks pretty sharp and pretty crisp on this 1440p monitor. So this game is either 1080p resolution or 1440p resolution. I guess the the guys over at Digital Foundry took a look at this and said it was 1440p on both of the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. So I don't know. I feel like it's definitely higher resolution on Series X than it is on PlayStation 5. And yes, I do have it on both. So it's it's one of those things where I agree to disagree with them on that one. But this game is not really like a super stunner when it comes to visual quality in terms of like track and trackside detail and stuff. So it looks good for what it is. Bikes are highly detailed bikes. The rider looks pretty decent. Animations are pretty dang good for the most part. So, you know, I guess we will leave it at that, and we will move on. Like I said, this is definitely a good game to start. Bike racing if you want to learn how to ride. As far as animations and stuff go, like, look at this. Like, they look good. On Ride 3, not so much. This animation wise looks really good on this game. So this is definitely a cool looking one when it comes to the bikes and the riders and stuff like that. It definitely will tick that box for sure. And driving, just the feeling of driving and stuff is actually pretty decent. And like I got this set to professional physics or whatever. You know, I'm not I don't have no traction control or any of that kind of stuff. So it's pretty easy to get to learn this one. This one here feels a lot more tuned down in terms of, you know, this one's geared for a lot more people, I believe. Like it feels, it's really nice. But I mean, like, you can't sit here and flick your controller left and right. Like you can't do that. Like you have to roll it, man, to actually get, you know, good movement on this. And that's probably the hardest thing to learn on bikes, on these bike games. Like I said before, if you want like a detailed analysis, or not like a detailed explanation of how to really do all that, Dr. Ace, man, he makes these bike games. That's what he does, is bike games. And yeah, he does a really good job at that. One of these days I'll try to get him on the show and see if he would participate in a bike racing game. But yeah, that's what I got to say about Ride 4. Ride 4 is decent. It's solid. It looks like it is holding up extremely well on Series S. So I don't have any qualm with you picking this up and trying it. You're getting your 60 FPS. You're getting a solid, smooth experience for sure. Visuals look great. They look as good as they've always looked. Yeah, it'd be really hard to discern the difference between this and the next gen, the PlayStation 5 and Series X. Like, it really would. This looks just as good on this as it does on those. So, yeah. Yep, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with the performance of this. I just downloaded all 50 gigabytes of stuff on here so that I could check this out again. So, yeah. This is good. I have since kind of not necessarily moved on from this game. I just prefer the MotoGP games a little bit more, just because they're a lot more like the racing on those feels a little more realistic. Like, this feels a little bit too not saying it's too easy, but it's definitely a good place to start learning this. That's what I look at this game as. Definitely a good entry point into learning how to play bike racing games. And then once you get it down, boom, then you can move on to MotoGP 21 and stuff like that, and rims racing. Rims racing is probably the hardest one to get into learning. So there you go. That's my 2 cents on it. Hope you guys like this video. I'm sorry about it being a little bit long, but I just wanted to kind of wanted to give you my thoughts on this and really push it forward. I mean, as you can see, like looking at the image right now, you can see texture in the ground right next to you. You could see what appears to be, you know, decent looking grass. There's decent quality in the track. The rider, the bike looks freaking clean. It looks really highly detailed. Like, you're getting a dang good package out of this game, especially if you're getting it on sale. I did buy this the day it came out, so yeah, I paid full price for that and everything else, and I'm still pretty happy with it. Like, I do enjoy playing it, but it does kind of feel a little bit on the easy side now for me. So definitely take this as a learner video, and so if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll definitely see you in the next one.